This is the weekend edition of iFIBER 1 News, where we present some of the top stories from this week and your weekend weather forecast. I'm Bethany Jenks. Stay tuned for the weekend edition of iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
One of our top stories this week was about an open house at the Columbia Basin Tech Center that gave future students an up-close look at the school's programs. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
The Columbia Basin Technical Skills Center opened its doors to parents and students interested in what it has to offer in terms of classes and opportunities. The open house provided kids a chance to tour all 8 of the school's departments, getting up-close glimpses of everything from the culinary arts to nursing, engineering, computer programming and design, multimedia, and more. 15-year-old Moses Lake resident Dominic Mueller has gone the non-traditional route of homeschooling and said CB Tech was intriguing to him when it first opened. Now that he's had a chance to see it for himself, he's already got an eye on a career in multimedia.
Well, I went on tour with a whole bunch of other homeschooling guys, and then I saw the multimedia movie room, and I was like, this is totally for me, because my dream job is to become a movie director. Well, the guy said that the teacher is like really cool, and I've seen they have like all sorts of Photoshop and iMovie, and they also learn the basics of camera angles and like underlying music. You know, I thought that would be really good.
How much does it help you pursue your goal of wanting to be involved doing movies and things like that? Having a school like this right here in Moses Lake, how much do you think that helps you in order to get to where you want to go?
It helps a lot, especially as like their goal, it's to make sure you're ready for the world out there. I find that's really helpful.
CB Tech Director Christine Armstrong talked about the open house and how it provides opportunities for current students to interact with the community and also take a measure of pride in their accomplishments.
People are very interested in what's going on here. At our open house that we had in the fall, in October, we had over 700 people show up, and so I hate to say it, but I'm not really surprised by the turnout. We were expecting between 500 and 700 people to come and check out because we're advertising both summer school and fall. We expect to be full next fall, and so that's about 175 in the morning and about 150 in the afternoon. First come, first serve. So if you haven't got your application in, get it to CB Tech as soon as possible. So our motto is on time every day with a positive attitude, and we are a uniform school. And so when students come here, they know what the expectations are. And you know, people told me a long time ago, if you set your expectations, students will go sometimes to that line, but normally they won't go over that line. So they know that this is a different kind of school. It's a small school atmosphere, it's safe, we have teachers that are dynamite, that allow the students to explore things within the curriculum in maybe just a slightly different way.
Armstrong said the community's growing interest in the school is leading her and her staff to pursue new educational fields to add to CB Tech like criminal justice and massage therapy. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
People can show their appreciation next month to the Army National Guard 1161st Transportation Company during a parade planned by community organizations. Reporter Joe Utter has the details.
Ephrata's Army National Guard 1161st Transportation Company is disbanding, and the community is throwing them a parade. The Art Semro Post 28 and American Legion Auxiliary Unit 28 are honoring the soldiers with a parade on March 5th. The 1161st Transportation Company is being disbanded as part of a restructuring of the U.S. Army. Soldiers will be transferred to other units, and equipment will be either moved or put in surplus. Their last weekend drill in Ephrata is March 4th through 6th. The parade will only include soldiers and starts at 10:30 p.m. It's expected to go from the Grant County Courthouse to the Armory on A Street Southeast. People are encouraged to bring banners, signs, or flags to show their appreciation for the soldiers. The American Legion and Art Semro Post ask Ephrata businesses to show their appreciation and support on signs and message boards. For more information on the parade, people can call 509-754-4889. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
Hi everyone, this weather segment brought to you by Barry Motors. One great place to buy and service a car. I'm meteorologist Mike Sines with a look at your weather headlines. For this evening, we are going to see a stable pattern is finally going to return. Rain is going to be ending tonight. We are going to have a nice weekend to be in store, and also we are going to have with a nice weekend in store, but windy tomorrow, folks, so just do keep that in mind. Here's what we have going on in the atmosphere. Here's a look at my forecast. We are having today, and we did see today, rain that moved through the area, skirting through as we make our way into Saturday, though. That cold front's going to continue to push on out behind it. Winds are going to be blowing from the north. That's going to give us windy conditions to start our day Saturday, and then we are going to see a more stable pattern as we make our way into Sunday. Here's a look at my Futurecast model here. As you can see, rain showers are going to continue to lightly taper off throughout the evening, and they're going to give way to mostly cloudy skies. Rain still possible this evening, however, very light, if at that. We are going to see some snow along the Cascades, up in the very high elevations, and then we are going to be looking at a nice weekend. Here's a look at my forecast for tomorrow, Saturday. Temperatures nice. Long Beach 50, mostly cloudy skies. Mostly cloudy also out towards Yakima, 51 degrees. So it's looking like a very nice start to the weekend as we make our way into the Columbia Basin. For us here in Ephrata, 47 with mostly cloudy skies, as well out towards Moses Lake. Just a slight bit warmer since they're just a little bit further south. I'm going to be reporting 50 degrees for tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies. We are going to see a stable pattern going to be entering in towards our region. We're not going to really see all these low pressure systems that we've seen in the past that continuously move through our region. We are going to actually see a nice change in the weather pattern. Here's a look at my extended forecast. Temperatures rising a bit into the upper 40s, and as you can see, mostly sunny skies for Sunday. High pressure builds in, making way to mostly sunny skies as well for Monday, calling for sun. Humidity returns just a tad bit as we make our way into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Humidity is going to increase. Another low pressure system will try to make its way in here. Right now it's looking possible, but the percentage still is rather low to see rain on Friday. That percentage of rain coming in at 20%. Nice temperatures all in all. We're actually going to get cold because that cold system and cold front's going to be passing. Look at the low as we make our way into Sunday and Monday, right around 27 degrees. Just bundle up out there. Sports is next.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalents to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PUD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
Ephrata and Quincy grapplers went at it toe-to-toe in the last CWAC match of the regular season, and it was the Jacks pulling out a late win.
It was a big rivalry showdown between the Jacks and the Tigers on the mats in Ephrata. But this time it was for more than just the bragging rights, as both teams were gearing up for the district tournament. The Tigers' Cade Cox pinned Abe Avalos to give Ephrata an early 6-0 lead. Quincy then ran off 3 straight to go up top, 15-6. Caleb Spencer's decision over Gio Garcia at 145 pounds got the Tigers back in it. The Jacks widened the gap, winning 5 of the next 8 matches. Ephrata nearly pulled out a comeback win, taking the last 2, but came up on the short end of a 36-28 score. Both teams look to represent the Basin well at the District 5-6 tournament held at Ellensburg High Friday and Saturday.
It was a rough night on the hardwood for the Jackson-Quincy Tuesday evening as the boys and girls were blown out by Wapato.
Jordan Blodgett and Hunter Jacob combined for 47 points, and Wapato blew out the Jacks 69-36 in Quincy last night. It was do or die for the home team as the Jacks needed this one to stay alive in the postseason race. But Quincy wasn't up for the challenge as the team hit for just 8 first-half points. The Wolves held a 15-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. Wapato took a 23-8 score into the locker room at the break. Quincy heated up for 28 second-half points, but it was too little too late, and the Jacks dropped the contest by 33 points. Blodgett led the Wolves' attack with 26 points. Jacob added 21. The Jacks didn't have a player hit for double figures. Quincy falls to 6-11 and closes out the season at Toppenish Friday.
It's been a woeful season for the Quincy girls, who are mired in a 15-game losing streak.
The Lady Jacks dropped a one-sided 65-32 contest to Wapato. Quincy dug itself a huge hole, down 24-7 after the first quarter was in the books. Things didn't get any better for the Lady Jacks in the second 8 minutes of action, and the team trailed 36-15 at the break. The Wolves broke the game wide open with a 29-17 second-half run. Wapato's Isa Aureliano knocked down a game-high 17 points. Teammate Taryn Hart added 16. Liz Nielsen and Rachel Faw had 10 apiece for Quincy. The 1-18 Lady Jacks remain without a league win and close out the season against the Wildcats in Toppenish Friday.
The #1 ranked Moses Lake Chiefs wrestling squad is at Davis High School in Yakima for the District 6 tournament. The action gets underway today and wraps up with the championship round Saturday. The District 6 swim prelims kicked off at Moses Lake High School last night. The dive prelims take place today. The swim and dive finals get underway Saturday morning at 10. Well, the regular high school basketball season is winding down, and the majority of Basin teams are on the road this weekend. But a couple of local games are going on Saturday evening that have the Soap Lake Eagles hosting Waterville in Tubi action. In CWAC play, it's Ephrata closing out the regular season against East Valley. Both venues tip off at 6. Well, have a great weekend and be safe out there. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our next story is about a fundraiser by the Moses Lake High School Key Club that benefited local and worldwide organizations. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
On weeknights, Moses Lake High School is usually empty as most students are spending time with family, earning some money at a job, or trying to get through mountains of homework. But in the school's choir room, there's a group of students sticking around late to do what they can to get involved in causes for communities both local and abroad. On most Monday nights, the high school's Key Club gets together to set up volunteering and fundraising opportunities. The club is an extension of the Moses Lake Kiwanis Club, and last fall they spent 2 months selling handmade bracelets as part of the effort to combat child poverty and prostitution on the other side of the Pacific. Threads of Hope is an organization based in the Philippines dedicated to providing a means for children of impoverished families to earn a life-sustaining income while also protecting them from the dangers of exploitation. Moses Lake Senior and Key Club Lieutenant Governor Ariana Regimbal spearheaded the project and talked about what the club was able to do with the money they raised.
How I found Threads of Hope was with other kids in Key Club. I went to district convention last year and there was a table with all kinds of beautiful bracelets and bookmarks and rings and necklaces, and you can fundraise completely for Threads of Hope, or you can split half the cost and figure out how which other causes you might want to be fundraising for. We sold 600 bracelets and we raised $1,200, and $600 goes back to Threads of Hope, the program, and we decided to split down the middle, $300 for the Moses Lake Public Library. And that's just I go to the public library a lot, and it's been very beneficial to me and my 4 years of high school. And so I thought we should be able to give back. And then the other $300 that we raised will go towards New Hope Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Services Center. And that's because we want to help the people of Moses Lake.
New Hope Director Carolyn Pence and shelter advocate Nicole Cedillo expressed their gratitude, saying community support from groups like the Key Club is vital to what they do in helping women and children overcome some of the darkest moments of their lives.
It's a blessing, actually, of what you guys done for us. The food, the cards, the gift cards. So most of the times the ladies come in with nothing on their back. I mean, just their clothes, of course. But they don't think about grabbing a gallon of milk when they're leaving a situation, or formula for their kids, or medication. And you guys donating food, they come in, they're hungry, we give them food. The gift cards, the mom can use it if she needs to get medication for her kids, or certain things that is needed. And so that is a big, big blessing.
One of the challenges students face is the stigma of not being as involved in causes like previous generations were. Regimbal said that the work she and her classmates do in the Key Club shows that kids can and want to be involved in making the world better for everyone.
I can definitely say at Key Club we do not sit and do nothing. I'm really excited about the fact that we're kind of showing the community what it's like to be a student at Moses Lake High School, and that we do care, that we do honestly want to make a difference.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
Welcome back. The next story is about a group of students from St. Rose of Lima Catholic School learning more about county government with some of Grant County's elected officials. Reporter Cameron Probert has the story.
Children learned about the county legal system Wednesday afternoon. Students from St. Rose of Lima Catholic School spent about an hour talking with Grant County Superior Court Judge David Estudillo, Clerk Kim Allen, Prosecutor Garth Dano, and Sheriff Tom Jones. Estudillo, who has children attending the school, was asked by a fellow parent to host the event as part of Catholic Schools Week. The four officials explained to the students how each of their jobs function. National Catholic Schools Week runs between January 31st and February 6th this year. Participating schools hold open houses and other activities for students, families, and parishioners to demonstrate the value of a Catholic education to the youth.
The school is about 80 students, approximately, grades 1 through 6. They also have a preschool and a kindergarten. And since they're kind of young, we're going to try to keep it simple and give some examples about what we do. I have the prosecutor here, Garth Dano. I have our clerk here, the head clerk, Kim Allen. And we're going to have Tom Jones, Sheriff Tom Jones up here. And again, just give some very basic information, let them interact with us, maybe show them around the courtroom a little bit, and again, just try to educate them about what we do here.
The presentation was the first time the judge dealt with a large group of children as young as elementary school students. He said it's important for students to learn about their government.
Because I think it's important to let the younger generation, especially the young kids, know that there's a way to resolve disputes. And obviously, I think everybody gets in disputes as they grow up. And hopefully, if we start them early, they'll know there's a mechanism by which to solve disputes civilly and not have to resort to something, something more serious, I suppose.
The students, parents, and teachers filled the courtroom and asked questions ranging from where the gavel was, the courtroom doesn't have one, to who is responsible for sending out jury duty notices. The clerk's office mails them, and the Superior Court decides whether the jurors are needed. Estudillo said the children came up with interesting questions. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Rounding out this week's news coverage is a story about the proposed maintenance and operations levy for the Royal School District, which would replace an expiring 2-year levy. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
The Royal School District is asking voters to renew their 2-year maintenance and operations levy on February 9th. The levy gives the district more than $1.3 million annually to fund maintenance, educational, and extracurricular programs. Along with the levy, Royal schools qualify for an additional $1.2 million in state funds through levy equalization. Combined, they make up 15% of Royal's annual operating budget, but the levy must be approved by voters for the district to receive the additional funds. Due to new property assessments, homeowners will see a slight drop in their tax rate for the levy over the next 2 years from $2.08 to $2.05 per $1,000 of assessed property value. Superintendent Rose Search talked about how important the levy is to the district.
There's quite a few things that the levy pays for, and one of the big ones that everybody always talks about is our sporting program, our athletics program. We are the hub of the community, and we offer many different sports here. Some of the other things that we pay with our levy dollars are technology, and right now we're developing our CT program, and it's a fabulous program, and we need the technology that goes along with it. And then also for extracurricular, it doesn't just mean sports, it means after school programs. It's for tutoring, again, the music program.
Ballots must be received by the Grant County Auditor's Office by next Tuesday. In Royal City, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
And that wraps up our weekend edition. iFIBER 1 News will be back on Monday at 5 p.m. with the latest news from around the Columbia Basin. Thank you for watching.